Hey there,
Hey everybody,
Kendall Williams here.
and Addison Bell, and today we are talking about sailing through changes. We have both had lots of changes in our life recently, and so with those changes we wanted to share on this topic because we are always changing. Things are always moving. That river of life is just never stopping, and so we thought that we would take the time.
Because changes are fun, because we love changing, because it's exciting and it's adventurous, and we just jump in with everything. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit your water. We just jump in with great enthusiasm and joy, and we're like, yes.
Sometimes,
yes. No, all the time. I mean, that's what it is, right? We love it. There's not a negative emotional moment in changing. There's not scary fucking times. I'm on spirit talks.
It's okay.
Not scary moments, all this different stuff. No. It's always just bliss and glory and excitement and woo, we got this.
Well, you are just an amazing person if that is how you are always experiencing change, because I know in my little feeble world here, change can be scary, and we fight it, and it flips our emotions around.
Gives you
hives on your hands.
Hives on your hands, and every time you deal with the things that you're scared of changing, you break out in hives on your hands. As I sit here popping Benadryl after Benadryl all day long, I'm not scared of anything.
Okay.
I'm not scared of anything.
No, I mean, so part of what you said at the beginning was like, yes, there are times in change we go into it being super excited, and we are passionate about it, and we are jumping in, and we are totally taking that plunge. And there are those changes in our lives where we do have that excitement and that enthusiasm. But that is not for all changes. Some changes are really difficult for us to step into. We as humans, our egos don't like change. They don't like change. Any change even an enthusiastic change, something that you're excited about, you're wanting, still is going to cause some shifting internally, and you never know what that's going to be until you're in the midst of it and you're in that storm.
Yeah, and every change does cause a storm. That's the reality, that there is even the most positive of changes causes these dramatic storms in our life that really, I know, I like jokingly on the front side said jumping in enthusiastic and there's no difficulty about change and everything, and that's just a bunch of bull, because change, no matter if it's positive or what we perceive as negative, all change is actually positive. It's always moving us forward, no matter what is going on in the actual moment. It is always moving us towards that newer self, that newer realization of self, that deeper meeting of ourself, that deeper alignment with God, and really just with our soul purpose. But the biggest thing I think that we really have issues with is that we always lose things. We have to give up certain patterns, certain things. Like, we both just moved. We're now housemates. So we're housemates. So she gave up her apartment. I moved out from my partner over the last almost 7 years. We're now housemates. I had relationship change, house change, city change, you name it, change. It's all happened in like a month and a half, and everything. And she's had a massive amount of changes with that, like going from...
I went from living on my own to living in a house with 5 to 7 people, depending on the week. And relationship changes in that, because there's a change in a relationship when you are actually living with somebody and sharing space, and just some other relationship changes in that as well, in all the moving and changing. And
so even though there's a lot of growth and connection, and I know that you'll agree with this, is that it's like there's this growth, there's connections, there's deeper intimacies, there's all this more sisterhood, you could say, forming, but at the same time with sisterhood, there also comes sisterhood battles and sisterhood energies and conflicts. and then you wrap in other personalities in the house, and so there's like this settling process that's going on. And I know that both of us are probably having this resistance because it's like we have all of this great potential and we're great at supporting each other, but at the same time there's this like loss of stuff going on too, because now we're together here and this is happening, that's together. And I think that kind of happens no matter what the change is, that there's always this loss of identity almost that happens.
Who am I in this new stage of my life? Not who am I, because we hope that we keep our core, but we're always changing. Who we are is always growing and changing. And so we lose our identity in it, going like, okay, so who am I in this stage of my life?
And you're giving up this old aspect of self, this old persona of self. And I mean, it's quite literally, I have so many people that I work with right now, and they're all going through some sort of change, of course. Well, they're coming to a coach, right? So they wanted change.
You want change.
And I love this because everybody always comes to me, I can't wait for the big changes, the transformation. I want the transformation. I go, no, you don't. Not really, because it's really scary. And what, like I'm seeing is there's so many people that are shifting their careers, are changing their relationships, are changing their physical location, are looking at their physical beings and going, I want to sculpt myself to be what I want, not what society wants. And that's not just talking about like physical changes as far as like going and working out or doing something even drastic to your physical being or changing your hair color or something. It's more about like sculpting who you are to truly be you, and meeting that new person. Yeah. So it is definitely a process. And I think the biggest thing is that what restricts us in that change and what causes so much fear and different issues is that we get caught up in that loss. We get caught up in, but I had, it's always that the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence.
Until you get to the other side of the fence, and then you're
right. It's like, no, it's not so green. Now it's maybe greener over there, but you can't just go boom, boom. Well, some people do, but
that's running from yourself a little bit, because that's running from, like, you're meeting this new self and you don't want to go there, so you run back, and that's that person who's I know people who are constant movers, they're never in one place
for any
given time because they can't. It might look like they love change, but really they can't settle into any new change.
Right. They proclaim that they have the gypsy spirit. Well, I'm just a gypsy at heart, so I just have to move. And that's yes and no. It is really, I mean, like my ex-husband's that way. I spent 20 years of my life almost in that gypsy mindset, you could say, of constant moving and changing, and things were always better someplace else. It was always like he would come to me and say, we have to move here because it's better here. We have no choice. We have to make this change. And there was like 1 year that I think we moved 4 times in 1 year, and it was literally like I would no sooner get boxes unpacked, and I would literally like unpack boxes and then be looking for boxes to pack because we were moving again. And it was, military's got nothing on me when it comes to like moving, because it's just like it was way more than every 2 years. It was just, I think there was like 29 moves in like 15 years or something. It was the last time I ever counted it, and there was so much drastic change in each one of them that I actually ended up with that gypsy mindset. I started to shut down myself and not allow myself to be seen, because I knew what was the point of anything. I was never going to actually make friends. I was never going to settle. I was never going to get comfortable. So it would just be like I was just shutting off. That's the point.
But then you also get those people who are trying to run from change to the point that they never change. They purposely never change anything in their lives. If you look at their lives are exactly the same 20 years.
Yeah, everything's still, it's got like 20 years, like our flower over there could have like 20 years worth of dust around it because it never got moved. There's just like it appears that there's no change.
But the problem is that even in that, there is no stopping change.
No.
There's actually a quote here, it's actually from the Bible, it's Hebrews 13:8. When everything seems to be changing, we can rely on God's constancy, because the truth is that is the only thing that is constant. We are always changing. I don't care if you put yourself in a bubble, you will change, you will age, there's going to be changes no matter what you do. And that fighting against the change is only going to do more harm in the end, because then you're always going to be in this battle, this tug of war with self and with your own growth.
Yeah, it really is. That's that personality that is so scared of the change that doesn't allow. I think that to sail through a change, you have to.
I don't think there really is any sailing through a change. It's probably more like navigating in alignment.
Yeah, there's no real true sailing, but the essence of the sailing is that you're navigating the waters of, like when we think sailing, we think smooth sailing. Now, I didn't say smooth sailing.
No, we just said
sailing, right? So that's the title, is that it's sailing through changes. And when we sail, it really is. It's about the navigation. It's about reading what the weather is. It's about knowing
there's a storm coming in.
What latitude and longitude you're at. Knowing this, knowing that, all these different things. And oh my gosh, there's, what is it? Dark sky at night, sailor's delight. Mm-hmm. Red sky at morning, sailor take warning. Yeah. So it's that kind of mindset as you're going through the changes, that there is going to be those times when you have that red sky in the morning. Mm-hmm. There is going to be those times when you're going to be delighted with the changes and everything. But what you do, and yeah, like you said, it's the alignment of that, and it's kind of this. It's a contradiction in itself, but it is to surrender, to open and surrender to the changes, and realize that you don't really ultimately have any control over the changes. But what you do have control over is how you react in the changes. So how are you showing up in those changes? How are you being proactive? How are you taking, about
positive steps?
Right, because you can crash. You could, tip your boat over. If any of you seen Moana, it's like where the storm comes and it tips her over, and she's like, really, really, because she's asking to be guided, and when she gets tipped over by the universe there for a moment, but that is part of the process. Well, you can actually tip your boat over by certain decisions that you make, the way you show up. You can, sometimes you might just circle around, and you just find yourself circling around out there. And you're just going, what the heck? I love those feelings when you're just kind of find yourself in life and you're trying everything, and it's like you're sitting in the middle of the doldrums and your boat's not moving and you can't see land and there's nobody out there. There's not even a shark to come and entertain you or cause you a little whoo. Mm-hmm. It's just like you're just sitting out there and you're just going, I've been here a long time. And it feels like you're not changing. It feels like you're not doing anything. It's like you're in the pause, in the eye of the storm. Mm-hmm. Almost. It's just this eerie, quiet space that you can get into, and then all of a sudden your life erupts. Mm-hmm. And there you go. So, but it really is just how you choose to move through it, and not getting caught up in the loss, in what you're giving up. So
yeah, definitely not getting caught in that loss. And then just, you're right in the sense of deciding how you're going to deal with the changes. How are you going to kind of power through? Are you going to retreat? Are you going to do your internal work? If there's other people in the situation, are you communicating? What's kind of what needs to happen for you to kind of make the best out of whatever the change is? Because like we said, even these amazing positive things in our lives are so hard. They still will come with their own waves. I remember years ago when I quit my day job, and I remember I was so excited. I was like, yes, I quit my day job, and I'm doing great. But there still was this wave, and I was so excited about it, about just kind of letting that go and creating this new self. And really owning and claiming my coaching practice and what I really wanted to do and what was in alignment with my spirit. but it still came with its own wave of like, oh my goodness, what the F did I do? And who am I? And what am I, how do I act now? And not act, but how do I move forward? What do I do with my days? What do I, like, sometimes the changes that appear the best are actually the most scary, because it's like we have this whole brand new room with nothing in it, and how the heck are we going to decorate this? How is it all going to come together? And so it is like looking, how are you looking at this empty room of this new change? Is it, okay, well, are you looking at it like this is going to be really scary? Or are you looking at it like, okay, this is scary, but I'm excited. Like, we can try out different things. We can move things around. We can see how it works. We can make some more changes if needed. So,
yeah, and it really is. I mean, that's a good way of putting it. I was thinking like the whole change, because, well, being a mom, right? I instantly think of every time I had a baby. It's like having a baby is a humongous change in life. It is. And you're all excited and you're like, woo, 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 I'm pregnant. And now it's the day you're having the baby. And there's this nervousness, this fear, this about having the baby. But it's all based in, like, I don't want to be in pain. I don't want anything, complications, all that kind of stuff. You're not thinking about the day after or the 18 years after. That you're not thinking about. You're not thinking about
18 years.
18 years after. You're not thinking about that stuff. You're just going, I just want to make it through this moment and there not be any complications and it not be too painful. Right? That's it. That's the gist of it. And you're really excited about, like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have a baby and it's going to be so cute. And you think about all the cute little baby pictures and you're looking at the cute little clothes and you're looking at the cute little diapers and all this different stuff. And then you have the baby.
And then you bring it home.
And it does hurt really, really bad. And it's really messy. And you weren't prepared for all of that. And I won't get into all the mess there. But you get into all that stuff. I won't get into that. But you do that. And then, all of a sudden, there's these changes as a woman, there's these changes that happen with your body. Number one, you kind of walk out of the scenario and you think, I'm going to have the baby, and all of a sudden, poof, my body's going to be back, except you still look like you're 6 months pregnant, but you gave birth to this 9-pound baby, and you're doing, like, I'm Virgo, I did the math calculations. I was like, okay, so my kid weighs 8 pounds, 10 ounces. I gained 23 pounds, 2 ounces. Water weight, I was supposed to lose about this much or less, this much blood. The bag of water weighed this much. So I actually should be like 2 pounds less than when I got started. Except funny thing, I only lost like 3 pounds, but I had a 9-pound baby. So how the heck did that happen? And I still look 6 months pregnant. So I'm really upset with God about this, because this is not the kind of change that I was expecting. So now I've got body image issues and I got this stuff going on, and then I get home and then, oh, nobody forewarned me about the sleepless nights and the breast changes and the newborn diapers. That's not fun stuff.
And the other toddler that's in the house that now is pissy because...
And the this and the that and all this different, like, these life changes that are going on, and then they just keep carrying on. And it's like, you're only focused in that moment. Like, I don't think there's a parent out there that really wants a child that is going, oh no, like, it ever anticipated all the not so fun stuff that happens with that. But at the end of the day, you have this child, this piece of you that carries on for the next however many years and takes a piece of you in generations down. And that's really everything that we do. It's like the changes that we make, it's those ripple effects. Our changes, no matter what it is, like even us moving in together and moving into this house, what kind of ripple effect has it done for our coaching practices? Both of us have coaching practices. We have, the two of us have changed, grown, developed, in so many different ways just in the last, I don't know, it's been 5-6 weeks, like that of our world. But it's impacting, with the impact that each of us have, it's also impacting our clients. It's impacting our families. It's impacting our other friendships. And with the way we are each choosing to show up within the new relationship, within this change and consistently changing, life, that it really does it. It's truly an impact. So every little change, it really comes down to, how do you choose to show up? How do you choose to react in it? Because that's the ripple. That's the little stone that we cast out there, and that's what makes the impact into the world from our life.
And a little bit, how are you, I mean, there comes a point of also not just allowing life is going to come and there's going to be changes whether you like it or not, but there also comes a point of being able to almost choose your changes and have some empowerment of like, okay, well, I know that change is coming, so I'm going to step in. I'm going to make it the way I want it. I'm going to, and you don't want to get into controlling things too much. There still is a surrender, but it's that, okay, like I know that, so I know both our coaching practices are changing a little bit right now, and so that's going like, we both feel that, and so we both could be going like, no, we're not going to change, or we both could go, well, I see this change on the horizon, so I'm going to just embrace it, and I'm going to step into it, and I'm going to make it the way I want it to be. I'm not going to let everybody else or the universe even just dictate like this is what it's going to be, and kind of get swept up in the ocean and kind of have that navigation, and then still you will get swept up by in the ocean a little bit. But I mean, we do have choice and our own direction as well in all of this.
Yeah, it's about looking at everything and kind of examining like, all right, so this is in my storyline, so it's obviously here for a reason. What can I learn from it? What are the lessons that I can get from it? And at the same time, so that's that like that surrender to it, of looking at it from that perspective of there's always a reason for everything, and there's these lessons that we're supposed to get and growth and expansion that we're supposed to get from it. But then at the same time, like you said, it is that manifestation. So going in with the way, when I say like how are you showing up, that how you show up is really the decision of, am I going to look at this from the glass half full or the glass half empty view? And if we're focusing in on the glass being half empty because we're scared of the changes taking place, then what we're actually doing, no matter what that change is, however we perceive it, positive or negative, if we really focus in on it being a half empty glass, then we're going to manifest quite literally a half empty glass. Like that is what we're going to create. So everything's just going to be lacking that's coming to us, instead of going, wow, this change is going on and my glass is half full, and this is what's happening, and this is what's happening, and this is what's happening. So it's just like, just bring your focus to the fact that your glass is half full, and all of a sudden you have abundance coming in, and that's where you sail through the change. Yes. That's how you navigate it. So you can navigate your course towards a positive or towards a negative. It all comes into how you're choosing to show up in your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions day by day.
Mm-hmm. I have a quote for that. Oh, cool. Because I'm the quote person. It's by Alan Watts. The only way to make sense out of change is to plunge into it, move with it, and join the dance. And that kind of goes to what you were just speaking about. We can kind of fight against it, or we can choose to show up and manifest it the way we want, and just kind of move into that dance of the change, and knowing that we are ever changing, and at the same time not beating ourselves up too much, because again, no one's ego likes change, and those people who are like, I love change, they're liars. They may have convinced themselves that they like change, but they're probably one of those people who is almost forcing themselves to constantly change to a point that they're never actually really changing internally. It is all external or verbal. Yeah. It's never true aligned change. Because change makes us uncomfortable as humans. It just does.
Kind of like, if you're constantly changing, you're not doing the internal alignment. It's kind of like, well, I went and changed clothes today, so I have this new outfit on, right? But I'm still eating like crap. But the outfit makes me look really super hot. So I must be taking care of myself. I must be exercising and eating right because this outfit, and it's like putting on one of those, like, oh, I don't
Putting
even...
a mask on.
Well, yeah, it's like putting on one of those, like, corsets, right? And you can corset yourself in there and make yourself look all skinny and tight and busty and all this different stuff. And so you could have, like, this little 19-inch waist like we were in the 1800s, and we could be that. But then as soon as you let the corset out, well, there's the reality, right? Well, there's the reality of whatever that is. So you haven't really made the change internally, and it really is. It's like if you're just consistently saying, oh, change is good, I love to change, I run towards the change. Well, that's good that you can lean into the change, but are you actually leaning into it, or actually are you just going and changing your clothes and, like, trying to pretend that you got all this taken care of? Or are you just allowing yourself to actually do the change? Because sometimes some of the deepest changes happen in moments of silence and with nothing going on. Nothing going on. I know that I've had some impacting changes in my life just from just sitting and meditating and being filled with spirit. All of a sudden, you can almost say, like, the Holy Ghost just came and just went like that, and it was just like this massive change coming in, and that can be sometimes so much more effective and deep and intimate with yourself than anything that you could ever imagine, as far as, like, changing houses, jobs, careers, partners,
all that,
anything. Yeah. So.
But I think, kind of to my point also is, like, don't beat yourself up, because I think we can get really, if, like, we're excited about a change and then all of a sudden, like, things are not flowing the way we wanted them to, it's easy to beat ourselves.
Children are coming down the stairs, and one has a very bright blue mask on her face. My 21-year-old. I opened my door today, and there was a 12-foot wide beach ball.
That's cool. I'm not sure how that goes to change, but that's awesome. That sounds really exciting.
Is that the end of your sentence? Because if we can't touch the sentence and see the rest of it, I bet that's not the...
Okay.
But that's interesting.
That would be cool. Like, really big.
I know, that's like...
That would be, like...
Beach ball. That's humongous.
That is really big.
So the question is, do you live on the beach? And if you don't live on the beach, how far away is the beach? And are you supposed to go to the beach? Or maybe you're supposed to just...
Maybe Spirit is saying, beach.
Go play.
You gotta go play. You gotta go to the beach.
Like, massive.
I want to see a 12-foot beach ball. That is amazing.
Going like, that's like... That almost would fit in our dining room. Like, that would take up
pretty much the entire dining room, probably.
That's humongous.
Yeah.
That's really, really big.
We're, like, looking at our dining room going, yeah.
That's really big. That's really big. On your doorstep. That's amazing. I can just imagine. I feel like...
That would be a change of view. Definitely. A change of view.
That's for sure.
So.
Somebody's in the kitchen.
Yeah.
What else do you have over there for quotes?
The secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new, and that's Socrates. And then life is a series of natural and spontaneous changes. Don't resist them. That only creates sorrow. Let reality be reality. Let things flow naturally forward in whatever way they allows you.
You know, that one, I want to put a little comment on the let reality be reality. There's, I don't remember what quote it is, or a meme, or wherever the heck I saw this, but there is, I think it's a meme somewhere here on Facebook, so you know, it's very important.
It's real.
It's real. Actually, it really is. Actually, it really is. And the quote, the
but
meme,
that makes
whatever,
it true and honest, and comes from an amazing source.
Hey, we're on Facebook. No, so the quote is, every time I argue with reality, I lose. It is really, you know, it's like, I get up, I argue with reality, and every time I argue with it, I lose. Well, of course you lose, because what is it? It's like, but we do this. Like, really think about it. Like, how many times do you go into your day, into your life, into your world, and you're looking at things, and you're just like, no, this isn't going to be this way. No, this isn't going to be that way. But the reality is what it is. So there is that, but then there's the other side of it, right? There is back to
manifesting what you are going to make your reality.
Yeah, so if you're totally focused in on the glass being half full, because your glass is realistically half full, like, okay, my bank account's in the hole, I'm behind on this payment, I'm not healthy, I don't have blah, 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 blah. So there is that.
So it's going to stay that way if you continue to say that.
If you just continue to focus in on that, then that's what you're going to have. But you still have to get into the habit of going, all right, well, this is exactly where I'm at. Jim Rohn, I used to fall asleep to Jim Rohn. Not that he has some sexy voice or something, but I listened to Jim Rohn. CDs and cassettes. I had a little Walkman, a little pink Walkman.
You're so cute.
And I listened to Jim Rohn.
I had a Walkman too, but I was very, very young when I had a Walkman.
And yeah, all right, there's age for you. So I had this pink
Changes
Walkman.
in technology.
Yes, changes in technology. And I listened to Jim Rohn, and I don't know, Jim Rohn is just one of my favorites, but he always talked about putting it on the refrigerator, and you just state the reality and put it on the refrigerator. And he had this one statement of like, I'm ugly, I'm old, I'm sick, I'm broke, I'm this, I'm that. And he's like, just put it on the refrigerator, put it up there, own it, like own it. I'm sick, I'm ugly, I'm broke, I'm this, I'm that. Own it.
Oh yes.
Just yes. Okay, yes.
Yes.
Now, drop it and go after what you're wanting, you know, like, and it really is, it's that kind of thing that you have to do, because it's that acceptance of, here's where I am, here's the change that's going on, here's the stagnation that's going on, here's the whatever is going on, whatever's showing up, here's what's showing up, here's the lessons I potentially can get from it, here's why it's here, and then moving into the surrender of it, and also the alignment to God, so that you can actually form what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, more.
So you did a conscious coffee this morning on her Kendall page. So if you don't like her Kendall page yet, then check her Kendall Renee Williams page out. But you did a conscious coffee this morning, similar on this topic of kind of own it, like acknowledging, but then just not getting stuck in that acknowledgement and kind of moving forward and like claiming what you really want. So check that out if you want more kind of in-depth.
Yeah, I think it was
conversation on that. I don't remember the name of it.
Stop something. But I use stop a lot. I'm always telling people to stop.
But it was like stop claiming what you don't want. It was something,
something
along
like
the lines of like stop.
I was 6 a.m. I wasn't awake.
Yeah.
Never awake at 6
a.m. I don't remember
a.m.
what the title was, but I remember it was on that topic. So if you are wanting more information on kind of like how to do that, how to manifest what you're wanting, and kind of if you feel stuck, then anyway, I'm going to point you over that way. So that conscious coffee. So
it's over there.
Today.
No, I just said it's on my page. It's on my page. It's on my page. So yeah. So, do you have anything else?
Nope. I got nothing. I
hear Jeopardy music in my head. Yeah. See, and I don't have an answer. So I guess I'm done.
I think really to say you're always changing. You're always going through changes. There is no way to make every change in your life smooth sailing. You have to navigate. You have to make choices. You have to give yourself kind of credit where credit's due, and at the same time, you gotta kick your own ass a little bit. Oh yes, we're on Spirit Talks and we're not cussing.
Yes.
Arse. Your arse. I think that's still technically a cuss word.
Is it?
In like, because we're in Ireland.
Star, the little asterisk star, S. There, we spell it out.
Okay.
We need like little signs, so when you feel like that, just kick your own.
That would be fun. That would be playful. I like that.
Yeah, see? And then when we want to cuss, we just put the sign up. Like, where's our cuss
word? Like the cuss word.
And it'll be, part of it will be bleeped out.
Yeah,
so that
of course.
we have those little dashes and everything. So that
we don't offend anybody.
Proper. Yeah. That's good. Let's do that. We can do that. We can do an art and crafts night.
We'll get your kids to help us.
But overcome, adapt, and adjust. Absolutely. Yes, Joseph. It's overcome, adapt, and adjust. And really, and just find that flow, because that is what when we're really trying to get into the navigation, navigating, we can try to navigate upstream and really fight the battle, or we can learn how to navigate the waters and learn how to read the maps and read the signs, read the sky, right? And really just get familiar with that. And then that navigation, that's getting into flow, that's getting into alignment, and that's truly where the sailing through things kind of comes in and makes life a little bit more smooth. Not easy, not perfectly smooth, not without any risk, but smoother, greater.
At least aligned change.
And you get there a heck of a lot quicker too. That's the other thing, is that as you're moving through change, we're constantly, I don't know, I know that you get asked this all the time. I get asked it, like, how long is this going to take?
As long as it takes.
All right, so I'm coming to you. So you've got the magic genie pill for me, and you're going to just help me change my life within like 2 appointments. And in the next 2 weeks, my world is going to go from here to here. And that was just, that's it, right? And that's everything's going to be fixed. Everything's going to be fixed. This stuff that has built up over the last 50 years of my life is going to be fixed in the next 2 weeks.
Like that.
And I'm only going to talk to you for 2 hours. And you're just going to go, and that's it.
I'm not going to have to do any homework. Right? No homework.
No.
We have to do no homework.
No. I'm going to just
no
get my
work.
little...
No internal work.
Man, I wish I had a wand. But I'm going to just get my little magic wand, and I'm going to go...
Okay, yeah.
Oh, I'll sprinkle fairy dust on you.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be uncomfortable.
I'm going to start making glitter bombs for anybody that says that, and I'm going to, glitterify them. I'm like, there, poof, you're done.
Could you clean up the office when you're done with that? That's all I have to say, because I don't want to be cleaning up glitter.
You don't want glitter everywhere? Okay, well, it's a good idea. I mean, you shouldn't charge extra for the glitter bomb.
Okay. For cleanup time.
No, the reality is that change takes time. A change can happen within a split second. It's nothing more than a decision. It's nothing more than a change in your internal work and in your mindset and the energy that you're putting into it. So that vibration, that frequency. And that only takes a second. Well, 17 seconds if you're listening to Abraham Hicks. 17 seconds. But whether 17 seconds, 1 second, a minute, or 7 minutes, doesn't much matter. You can really make a change in a quick time frame. But the effect from that decision that makes a change doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't. It just ripples out. And so if you're looking at those positive changes, those things that you want to do in your world, and you're like, no, I'm going to lean into this. I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to guide my ship this direction. Realize that as you're trying to guide your ship that direction, it's going to hit some currents. It's going to have some storms.
You're going to want to quit.
You're going to get tired. You're going to get frustrated. You're going to feel overwhelmed. You're going to feel lost. You're going to question, is this even worth it? Why am I doing that? All these different things are going to come up. And it really is to just stay the course and stay steady and keep the faith and just keep yourself in that alignment. Because the more you stay in alignment, all of a sudden that beautiful tropical island that you were headed to is just going to appear out of the mist, and you'll be like, woohoo, we're there. So, yeah, I got Moana flying.
Yeah, you're super in the Moana mood today.
We could play thank you.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
You're welcome.
No, welcome.
You're welcome.
Ugh.
No?
And not the shiny song. The shiny song gets stuck in my head and I can't get it out. Sorry.
So shiny. Sorry.
Alright. On that note,
Oh yeah, well,
our crazy butts are gonna say farewell to go deal with our changing crazy life.
I can't kick into your welcome now. No, I'm not kicking into.
Perform.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna do that now.
But
No.
yeah. So yeah, I hope you can make sure to share this, and also we will go back and read any comments. So if you're watching this after the fact, please go ahead and comment. We love to hear your feedback, and we will definitely get back to you.
Yeah. And both of us have courses coming out throughout this month and into next month. So there's lots of online material. No matter where you are at in this world, you can access fantastic material that is focused. So you're going to be able to go to either one of our coaching websites. Some of the stuff we post here on Free Spirit Talks, but definitely make sure that you like our pages. Make sure that you like Addison's and my page. I believe there's links on Free Spirit Talk to both of us. And just make sure that you like those coaching pages, because that's where all of our content comes out. Both of us write an article every single day. We do daily, weekly, quite literally all these different vlogs, trainings, tons of free trainings. We've got our website. We want to give you
free content as well as
constantly
as our online courses that go deeper. And even if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, our workshops, like we have a Tantra workshop coming up soon. So next weekend, I think?
2 weeks.
2 weekends.
2 weeks.
Sorry, my calendar in my head is.
I think it's 2 weeks. Yeah. All right. So so if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area,
just all to say, keep up with both of us. You can like Kendall Renee Williams or Addison K. Bell page. The links are on Free Spirit Talks, and keep up with us. Yep. And we shall be back in 2 weeks for another conversation, and who knows what that's going to be on. We haven't decided.
So have a fantastic week, everybody, and we will catch you on the next Free Spirit Talks.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.